Welcome back to the San Diego Padres draft-only franchise. We are very, very close to the draft. And before we get to the draft, I want to talk about the state of this roster, especially on the major league level, because I think we're actually closer in some positions to having our long-term starting players there from this Rule 5 draft. Jackson Merrill, we got to keep him. He's 98 overall right now, and he is going to be a fixture in this team, whether it's in center field or shortstop. It all depends on what we can do draft-wise in the outfield or in the infield. We need a right fielder. Kevin Alvarez is the future there. Just got to be patient. Left field, we really don't have a long-term answer there. Third base, we have Shannon Valdez that we drafted, but you can see has a great arm, but his defense is not that great, and he still has work to do on the offensive side. And he could very well get to the majors and be a DH right away and then work on his defense and maybe even have to give him second base eligibility or left field eligibility. We'll just have to see how that goes. Shortstop, we need, like I said, we can either move Jackson Merrill there if we get a center fielder, or we can leave him in center and get someone else to play short. Second base, Max Anderson. He is 25 years old. He has a B potential. He can play second, short, and third. His hitting skills are decent. They need a little more work, but they're in good shape. Same thing with his defense. In worst cases, he is a utility player down the road. First base, we have a couple of guys. We have Jonathan Long, who's up to a 71 overall, has good power, good contact, need work on the vision, clutch, and discipline. Good defense, can also play third, so his future could end up being our starting third baseman. And that is because we have Xavier Isaac, who's gone from a 66 to a 69, but if you look right in the middle of his power, only went up 2 against righties, but he went up 9 against lefties. His power is shot up against lefties. And if we go down and look at his stats, he's hit 6 home runs and 97 at-bats against lefties compared to 8 and 244 against righties. So he's made huge progress in that category, and his defense is not bad at all. So he can always play every day at first base. Still need to work on his hit skills, his vision, clutch, discipline, contact, but he is definitely a power bat in the middle of the order, and he is only 23 years old. So that's good. And then catcher, we have Ethan Salas. Just have to be patient. He's up to a 76, but same thing here. His contact, vision, discipline, clutch all need to go up. He's gone from a 73 to a 76. He's gone up 4 in his power against righties. His defense has gone up, so we just have to be patient with him. He is only 20 years old. I could see him being in the major leagues, not necessarily next year, maybe late next year. Definitely the year after that, he'll be up and be our starter. He needs more work. I need to be more patient with these guys. We're not going to win anything anytime soon, so there's really no rush to run these guys up to the majors and stagnate their progress. We definitely need a lot of help on the pitching side. Cruz Schoolcraft is going to be absolutely phenomenal once he gets there, and we just got to wait on him. And I'm trying to see where he shows up. Doesn't show up. Oh, I'm on relief pitchers here. Cruz has gone from a 69 to a 72, and his hits per 9 are going up. His strikeouts per 9, clutch, control, everything's going up. And we just got to be patient with him because he is also only 19 years old. So we have that going forward. That's what we need to look at. We need a shortstop for sure. We need a left fielder for sure, which could end up being Shannon Valdez, with Long at third, Isaac at first. Then we need a DH. Second base, we have some stuff there that we could go with. And Jake Fox over here can play second, short, third, left, center, right. Hit skills aren't the greatest, but great defense, great speed. He could definitely be a backup outfielder, utility player as well. So pitching, we need a lot of pitching. We need a definite answer at short and a definite answer at third and a definite left fielder. We'll just got to be patient with everybody else. So that's where we stand. Before we get into the draft, I wanted to tell you what we had that we have already in place that can at least be a placeholder for a long time until we get someone better that's younger and has more upside. That's where the team stands right now. And let's get into this next draft and see what we can add to the team. Again, we had a 20th pick the first year, picking 25th because we made the playoffs last year. So we're not going to get the greatest prospects in this draft. Hopefully next year, after this season's over, when this team loses 90 some odd games and we're sitting in the top 5-ish, maybe we get luck with the draft lottery and get to move up into the top 3, but we'll take care of that in the offseason. So let's get into this draft right now and see what we can add prospect-wise to this pool. All right, it is draft day. Now it's time to take a look at my final draft list. They are in order. I kind of grouped them by Groupings for our picks. So our first round pick, second round pick, third round, those guys based on where I thought they might last till. We pick at 20, 57, 96, 126, 156, 186. So we're really looking at 20, 57, and 96. Anything after that is going to be a crapshoot. And I will let you know there's a few closers in here. I won't be opposed to taking them if there's no one else that I really am in love with at those picks. So you got to make sure you got good bullpen as well. We definitely need that in the minors. So don't be surprised if there's one or two closers taken because there's nothing else available. So that said, first guy on the board, Alfonso Costa. Really good numbers across the board, except for his stamina. So he's going to have to come in on the higher end for him to be really, really good. Do like the 4-pitch mix, and if he comes in lower stamina and he's below 70, then he's automatically going to be a relief pitcher, and I don't think you want this guy as a just straight-up reliever taken with the first-round pick number 20, but we'll just have to wait and see. Johnny Woodson, starting pitcher, great stamina. I want to get as many guys with high stamina as we can. The only thing I don't like is his 3-pitch mix. Might have to add something else in there, something that goes horizontally like a slider or a sweeper. But really good strikeout numbers, really good control and stamina, so you know that will sim well. Pete Ingram on the higher end of the stamina as well. Throws 5 different pitches. Got to love that. And don't like that he has a fastball, 2-seamer, and a sinker. One of those needs to be something different, maybe a splitter or something else. But he's kind of in the middle of the road on everything, so he's got time to develop all of that up. The only bad thing is he's 21 years old, but I do like him. John Moyer, this guy doesn't have the greatest arm. His defense is okay. Great bat. Doesn't have a lot of speed. Doesn't have a lot of power yet. But 6'2", 215. He could definitely play some first base or DH. And that's a great bat. So I don't think he'll last to us with draft rank 11 and 13. But if he falls to us at 20, I will not be opposed to taking him. Just kind of have to see what else is available at the time. We don't have a lot of scouting done on him, so I don't know where he's going to fall, and would rather not waste a pick on someone that we're speculating on. I do love the discipline, clutch, vision, contacts. The guy's going to be a great hitter. Jim Kovalenko, non-rated number 2 player on our board. Really good stamina, good numbers elsewhere, good clutch, good hits per 9 against lefties, everything else work in progress. He is 18 years old, so we have plenty of time, and do like his pitch mix there, so it's not often you find a number 2 guy not rated, discovered player. Is another left-handed starting pitcher. Have another discovery player here, Lincoln Cosmos, center fielder. Contact skills need a lot of work. Its durability, base running is good. It's got decent defense, good power. Power is ahead of his contact. He can play second, short, left, center, right. So that's really good there. And he's 6'3", 224. He is not a short king at 5'7". I have to see if can get him maybe with our second pick. Abe Baker, another starting pitcher, great pitch mix, has really good numbers there on his pitches. Sliders is number 1 pitch. That's interesting. And really good stamina, really good control. Worst thing for him is his clutch and his Ks per 9 against lefties. And don't think he's going to be an A. He's probably going to be somewhere in the mid Bs in the 60s, but that's not bad at all. He's 22 years old, though. Draft rank 4, he may not even last us, but if he does, would not be opposed to taking a Baker. David Tumolo, only a 3-pitch mix. He throws the pitches well. Has problems giving up hits against lefties. His clutch is not necessarily the greatest, and his stamina is low. So this guy's another one that's a relief pitcher. William Quo, straight across the board, 60s, 70s, nothing spectacular. Stamina, I'm a little worried if he comes in on the low side, then all of a sudden he's a relief pitcher. Look at all that green on his pitches, though. He can throw all of his pitches really well. And draft rank 22, our rank 18. So you never know where that's going to fall in the spectrum. If he doesn't come in on the high end of the stamina, then all of a sudden we're looking at a relief pitcher. I don't know that I want to do that either. Robert Lucas, good stamina, a little bit low on his clutch control, 4-pitch mix, and he is 21 years old. Roley is the number 1 player on the board for MLB. We have him at 45, have him overrated. Good stamina and decent control, hits per 9 against lefties. But we have him overrated. So, even if he comes in as a B in the 60s, that's nice. I don't know if he would fall to us, but we'll have to wait and see. Teddy Flood, another outfielder. He is 22 years old. Looks like he's going to be a B potential in the 60s. Doesn't have a lot of contact skills. Good durability, base running, great stealing, good defense, good arm, good power against lefties. So he's definitely a project, but he is 22 years old. So it might take him until he's 25, 26 before he gets to majors. Just have to wait and see. We have him slightly overrated. Odell McGrath, guy that came back from last year's draft, didn't sign. Great speed and stealing, really good defense. Bat needs work, especially power. And we have him overrated as well. B potential in the 60s again. Chad Sadiki, catcher, looks like he's going to be really good, but, he could be a high C, low B. Still somewhere in the 70s, so that's not too bad. And good durability and better catching arm than the other guy, so it's not bad. Just got to hope he comes in on the higher end and lower end. He can also play first base. Tyler Hewitt, starting pitcher, 5-pitch mix, really good stamina. Everything else is kind of up in the air, and he is 18 years old. Another guy with great stamina, only 3-pitch mix. Here's a closer with great numbers, but only 11-point difference there, so he's probably not going to come in on the higher end of those, but even on the lower end, that's not too bad. 80 potential at 69 overall. I'll take that. Zarate is another starting pitcher, good control and stamina. We know that works in the sim. Probably not an A. Probably going to come in maybe a high C, low B. Rios, another starting pitcher with great stamina. Second baseman, not strong at much of anything but arm and speed. And we have him right on the mark at 48. So B potential, but he's going to be probably in the low 50s. Dan Stout, another relief pitcher, right at his numbers at 49. And I don't think we would take him in the first round. Looks like he could go in with our second pick, though. And now, starting with Rosales, these are the guys that would be around in the second round. Good clutch, good stamina. Another starting pitcher, good clutch, control, stamina. So we'll just have to see where these guys, this clutch is terrible on this guy. He's not bad. Hits per nine's an issue. This guy is going to be a reliever. Another catcher that one of those 65 to 99 potential guys. If he comes in as an A, then he's going to be in great shape. If he comes in the lower end, he's not that good. Same thing. Third baseman here. Looks like he's going to be a high C, low B, but somewhere in the high 40s, low 50s. Can't hit. There's another closer. So we'll just have to see what comes with these picks as they come up, but we got a bunch of non-rated guys as we get down the list, and then we have some guys down here towards the bottom as we get all the way down here. A lot of these guys are all unlisted, or in the case of like this catcher, 65.99, it'd be anywhere from 27 to 61. These are kind of lottery picks at the end of the draft, and we just threw them on the board, and if they're there and it's late in the draft and no one else is available, then we'll take a shot on these guys and see what happens. So let's quit talking. Let's get into this draft right now. Already talked for 8 minutes. This is ridiculous. We've been on this video for close to 15 minutes and there's nothing happening. So let's hop in the draft right now. All right. Rockies, Reds, White Sox. I'll pick 1, 2, 3. We don't pick until 20. We got some competitive balance PPI picks. Pick again at 57. A few more picks go again. Compensatory. We get in there. So just going to have to wait and see what's available on each of these first 3 picks. So right now, first pick of the draft, Rockies, select Steven Yamada, left fielder. Okay. Number 2 pick, Reds take Robbie Fishman, right fielder. Didn't scout any of these guys. We had no chance of getting them. 3rd pick, Tim Rowley. So White Sox say he's good enough for us. We'll take that B potential in the 60s. So there he goes. Not going to fall very far. Now we have to just wait for our pick. Paul Cortez, injured right fielder, goes to the A's, so they're going to take a chance on him. So far, Rowley's the only pitcher we have scouted up that's gone. There goes Tumalo off the board at number 8, guaranteed B potential in the 60s. He's a guy who's probably going to be a relief pitcher, though. Oh, and Kovalenko, we have him as number 2 on the board, goes to the Cardinals, so they discovered him as well. That is a shame. And Arizona takes the top guy on our board, Alfonso Costa. And another one high on our board, Lucas goes. And Woodson, our number 3 guy, goes to Cleveland. Got 4 more picks, and that's our turn. And Abe Baker goes at 18. Irvin Poole. All right, to our pick now. And at the top of our board, Pete Ingram, Lincoln Cosmo. Let's go back to scouted. Ingram, guy's guaranteed B in the 60s at 21. 5-pitch mix. Cosmo's the outfielder. No guarantee that he's a B. And a Hoso. I don't think there's much of debate. We're going to go Pete Ingram right now and take this starting pitcher. He's balanced across the board, so he's got plenty of ways to go. And, yeah, I'll take this guy right now. Pete Ingram, welcome to the Padres. All right, now we get to wait and see if Lincoln Cosmo lasts to our pick. And Teddy Flood went at 27 to the Red Sox. That's fine. Oh, and Lincoln Cosmo goes to the Dodgers at 28, so he will not be around for our second pick. That's a shame. And one of our non-rated starting pitchers, Oswaldo Hinojosa, goes here to Colorado at the top of round 2. Nick Worth goes here at 41. And another pitcher, Felipe Zarate, goes to Texas at 44. And it's our pick here in round 2. Take a look at what we have. Dino Santiago, this guy with his stamina is going to be a relief pitcher. Dave Cervone, not rated, number 26. Probably want to hang on to him a little bit later. Tyler Hewitt, injured. And we don't know where that stamina is going to come in as well. Josh Worth, good control, clutch, and stamina. Hits per 9, a little bit low. Coronado, not rated. Rosales, guaranteed B in the 60s. He's pretty high up the list there. Don't have a lot of hitters scouted. The only ones left are Gray O'Leary, and I don't like his bat. And this guy, Freddie Franco, is at 114. A little too early to take him at 57. So I think he's injured. He's not. He's 21 years old, though. Got a bunch of non-rated guys. Rosales. Let's see. Rosales or Worth. Rosales a guaranteed B. Worth a guaranteed B. 3. It's like Rosales will be higher overall. Worth is a year younger. Clutch, control, and stamina in a good spot. All the rest are a little bit low. Rosales is a little more balanced. And I think I'm going to... Man, he's a guaranteed thing. He's a guaranteed. Could be an A in the low 60s. Got to make our decision. Let's go with the younger guy in Worth. Rosales is so much control. His control is better. We'll take Josh Worth. And Rosales went to the Red Sox at 62, so we'll have to check his rating out. And Tyler Hewitt, the injured pitcher, goes at 66 to Cleveland. And one of our non-rated pitchers for later in the draft goes at 75. And the Pirates take Gray O'Leary, that third baseman that does not have the greatest hit skill. And closers starting to go off the board here as Vespiris goes at 89. And Nieves went at 71. Hey, look, Doug Flutie's a pitcher, going to pitch for the Braves. Oh, and one of our non-rated pitchers, Dave Cervone, goes to Miami. 3 picks before us. All right, it is our pick. We have closer Andres Tovar at the top. I think he's the only closer left on the board that's worth a crap. We got a non-rated pitcher here in Beckham. Non-rated. All these guys are all non-rated. I'm going to take the guy that I know is going to go for sure. We'll get another relief pitcher here, left-handed. No, I'm sorry, right-handed. Bats lefty, throws right. Andres Tovar is 21 years old, and we'll grab him so we get a pitcher for our bullpen. And I have a theory that the guys see his glove. Those guys with the weird, colorful gloves are actually really good players, and they don't come up with a regular glove. You got a better shot at them being good. We'll just see how that works. I have a theory. It's gone back to last year's game. Hey, backyard baseball. Pablo Sanchez goes to the Giants here at pick 100. And one of our late round options, guaranteed B in the 50s, Freddie Franco. Look at that. He can play catcher, first base, and all 3 outfields. Whenever you see a guy like this and it's got blocking and pop time and it doesn't have catcher as a position, know it's going to be a secondary, and he goes to Tampa Bay at 111. All right, it's our pick in the 4th round, and we have a bunch of lottery pick guys that I moved to the top of the list. Also, still have Gregory Beckham, the starting pitcher, ranked 68. Not sure on his stamina. This guy does nothing special. We got to make a pick real quick here. Raditz. Let's take the guy we scouted, Gregory Beckham, right now. Oh, hey, look, he's got that weird glove too. All right, these last 2 rounds, I pushed a bunch of players that are at the bottom of the draft list up to the top of mine. And we have some non-rated guys in here as well. Walter Ritchie, Seth Ojeda, Carlos Perez. And we got all the rest of the pitchers. So probably going to be working off this hitter list if any of them can make it to us with this pick. And a couple of those guys went right here at 142 and 143. And a non-rated guy we had partially scouted goes to Toronto. And a catcher on our list goes as well. All right, we have 3 batters. Finally try and get a batter. Herzog, looks like he's a guaranteed B, but in the 40s or 50s at 22. Ojeda, guaranteed B, probably in the 40s or 50s at 22. Perez, yeah. So it's going to come down to these 2 guys. Herzog, good durability, base running, and speed. Ojeda, good durability, and that's about it. Yeah, Herzog looks like his potential's higher. We'll take Robbie Herzog right now. All right, down to our last pick. All pitchers left on the board. This guy right here, he shows up number 1 on our draft rank 50. He is a relief pitcher. Look at that stamina, 53 to 65. Definite relief pitcher there. There's another one that's a non-rated closer, but 89, 91, only 2-point gap, so he's pretty much maxed out, and he could come in at 73, 71. Chris Castilla, great strikeouts, great stamina. His clutch is low, though. I think Jason James is the guy I want to take. Really good hits per 9 against righties, good strikeouts per 9, good control, decent clutch, really good stamina. 3-pitch mix. We're going to have to add a change up to that. Maybe change that 2-seamer to a sinker or whatever, but Jason James is going to be our pick. And Clemente Coronado did go to Seattle with the last pick of the draft, so we'll have to see what his ratings are. And since we talked about him right before the draft, let's go in here, do a player lock with Xavier Isaac as we play the last game before the All-Star break. We'll have to sim ahead, get our guys signed, see what their ratings are, and then finish off this season 2. Here we are back at beautiful Petco Park. Nice sunshiny day as we wrap up the first half of the season. Hey, look, we're only 3 games behind them in the standings. Jackson Merrill, look at that, 382 over his last 15 games. Down in the minor leagues, Valdez hitting 267, Salas 257 with 14 homers. Struggle there. Alvarez only hitting 250 with 13. Cruz down to 320 with 117 Ks, 109 innings. Borthwick doing great in the pen, so is Derek Cox. So a lot of our prospects, especially these pitchers, are doing well. Gotta love that. And on the mound for us today is going to be lefty Frank Mazzucato. And we're just going to go quickly through this game. We'll sim all the A-bays for everybody else and just show you Xavier Isaac. And pick it up here, bottom of the first, no score, nobody on, 2 out. Get our first look at Isaac as he faces Ryan Nelson. See the Padres wearing their digital camos today. Wide selection. First pitch swing is a high fly ball center field, and that will be the 3rd out. And Padres get on the board first. Nolan Arenado with a 2-run single. And Arenado drives in 2 more. Big 2-run shot. They're up 5-0 here in the 4th inning. Pick it up bottom of the 4th. Need some offense here. We had actually 2 doubles last half inning. Jackson Merrill had a double, but the guy on second got thrown out the plate. So I'm not sure how that happens, but there we go. So Xavier Isaac trying to get things started here in the bottom half of the inning. All right, see if Isaac takes a pitch here. He swung at the first pitch, his first AB. He's going to take that one low. There we go. So hitting 241, hitless in the series. So he's struggling going into the break. He might need those days off. Showed you he's jumped up 9 points in his power against lefties. 1-0 pitch inside for ball 2. I'll take a walk here. Already has 99 strikeouts, so that will be a thing with him. 2-0 pitch is low for ball 3. There we go. Give me a leadoff walk. I'm giving him a hard take sign right here if I was the manager. And the pitch. Strike at the knees. There we go. Might even make him take another pitch. And the 3-1 from Nelson is tapped foul, so now the count goes full. Count sits at 3-2. A couple of foul balls here by Isaac, battling in this AB. Here's the pitch. The high fly ball in the shallow center again, so he's going to be 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts to center field to start the day. Next, Anderson responds with a solo shot, so at least we're on the board now, down 5-1. And Mazzucato, man, single double play and then walk, hit by pitch, and he's out of this game. Pedro Avila comes in, gets the third out. There we go. 2-run shot by Perdomo makes it 7-1. Arizona pulling away. Now Xavier Isaac coming up with nobody on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th for his third AB. All right, Xavier, see if you can find some grass here. First pitch from Nelson, high for a ball. There's his full season numbers, 240, 16, and 45, 709 OPS. That's just because he's not drawing a lot of walks. And the 1-0 pitch on the way is a ground ball right to second base. Marte's got it, throw to first, and there's a second out here in the 6th. And one more AB for Isaac. Diamondbacks put up 4 in the 8th, a whole bunch of singles, and then they got a big RBI double. Merrill with a 1-out double gives his man in scoring position, and 1 out, Tyler Anderson on the mound for Arizona. The first time we've got to see Isaac face a lefty. He said his power is shooting up the board against lefties. First pitch is down and away. I saw him sitting out there in the Rule 5. I'm like, wow, he's 23, he's a B. We know he's got power. Can't pass that up. Ball 2. Count goes even at 2. And the pitch from Alexander is ripped right to third base, and that'll be the second out. Arenado, 5 for 5 days. He hits his second home run. And the Diamondbacks win in a laugher, 16-1, as they absolutely torched our bullpen. I'll show you that in a minute. Nelson with the win, Mazzucato with the loss, and Diamondbacks win the series 3-1. Look at this box score. Look at 9 runs in the last 2 innings. 3 hits for Perdomo, 2 for Marte, 2 for Moreno, 5 for Arenado, 2 for Waldschmidt. They hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doubles, 3 homers. Arenado drives in 5. Good start by Ryan Nelson. Bullpen gave up some hits, but held it down. Our side, 2 hits for Merrill, 2 hits for Anderson, 2 for Gonzalez, 2 for Fox. 3 doubles and a home run. Look at that. 5 runs, 2 runs, 2 runs, 2 runs, 2 runs, 1 earned, 3 runs. It's just, that was an Waddell walked 4. Just an ugly game, and I'm sure these guys are ready for the break. And exiting out of the game, I saw Evan Phillips left after only facing 2 batters, and he tore a finger ligament, so he's out 1 to 2 months. So one of our better back in the bullpen guys is gone, and that's going to make it even more difficult. And Johnny Brito is going to get the call. He's pitched at the major leagues before, put him back on the 40-man, 195 ERA in 50 innings, so he's definitely earned a trip back to the majors. And Coleman Borthwick, even though he's only 19 years old, he has definitely earned a trip up to AAA with that 2.25 ERA, 121 WHIP. And I'm not going to play the All-Star game. We'll play the game. I'm not going to show it to you. I just want to see who made the All-Star roster from our terrible San Diego Padres. And Brandon Waddell, 6-0 with a 184 ERA, makes it in the bullpen. And on the lineup, hey, Jackson Merrill is going to hit cleanup. He's going to play center field. And that is definitely the only player. So Waddell and Jackson Merrill make the All-Star game. Good luck, guys. And the National League wins the All-Star game 5-3 in Wrigley Field. Look at this box score. Jackson Merrill. There we go. 1 for 3. Scored a run, struck out twice, had a double. And does not look like our pitcher got in the game, but there we go. Home runs by Austin Riley and Trey Turner, the difference in that game. And we're in the futures game. I just want to hop in here and see who made it from our organization. You can see Roger Altman. He's in there. Doesn't really deserve it, but he's in because he's an A. Hitting side, Shannon Valdez going to lead off, play DH. Ethan Salas going to hit third and catch. Kevin Alvarez hit fourth and play right field. And the American League win the futures game 7-1. Cade Anderson got absolutely torched. I'll show you that in 1 second. Check this box score. They had a couple of home runs in that game. Vesperis, he was drafted in last year's draft, got the start. Our side, Valdez goes 0 for 3. Ethan Salas 1 for 4 with a home run. Alvarez goes 0 for 3. And Cade Anderson, 3 hits, a walk, 4 runs allowed, didn't get anybody out. And coming out of the All-Star break, the first Sunday after the break, we get a big trade as Arizona trades off Ketel Marte to the Rangers. They get an 8 potential second baseman and not much else. What a bad trade for Arizona. And a couple of days later, another big trade as Frankie Lindor stays in the division, goes from the Mets to the Braves. They get a B potential pitcher in Caden McCarthy, a couple of C potentials there with Mikey Romero and Nacho Alvarez. Definitely a head scratcher there. And a big injury down in Double-A as Kai Murphy breaks his leg and he's out 1 to 2 months. That'll pretty much take care of the rest of his regular season. And another big trade. The Twins get Sebastian Walcott. They already have Kalen Culpepper. They got Sebastian Walcott for Pablo Lopez. Wow. And we had no problem whatsoever signing all of our draft picks. I'll get to their ratings here in a minute. We have some extensions that we could possibly sign. I'm going to offer Alec Marsh 3 years, get him through arbitration at 6.1 per. 3 years should give us plenty of time to get some of these guys from the minor leagues developed up and into the rotation. He takes that. There we go. Orlando Arcia, our shortstop, not having the greatest offensive season, but I'd like to bring him back for at least 1 more year and not have to deal with being a free agent and getting to the offseason. So we'll offer him 3.8. He wants another year. We'll look at this in the offseason. Steven Matz is regressing, and he's 35, so we're not going to sign him to extension. We'll probably let him go. And if we can find somebody else on the Rule 5 draft, we might replace Arcia there as well. And as we close in on the end of July, I want to show you a quick look at the Rookie of the Year race. Carson Benj has got as many home runs as Long and Isaac. He's got less home RBI than Isaac, more than Long, but the batting average is the difference. So we got 2 guys trying to get this trophy, get us an extra PPI pick. Hopefully Benj will slump down the stretch, or one of these guys gets red hot. And another example of this broken trade system, the Giants and Brewers make a huge 4-for-4 trade that never happens. Brewers get Young-Hoo Lee, Harrison Bader, Jake Rogers, and Dylan Moore. Giants get Sal Frelick, Andrew Fisher, Robert Gasser, and Dylan O'Ray. This is not what we wanted, San Diego. We did not want 4-for-4 like this. We wanted 4 prospects for 1 stud player. You screwed it up. You need to fix this before next year. And one more trade at the deadline. Robbie Snelling and Aiden May go to the Pirates. Ryan Jeffers and Carmen Mlodzinski go to the Marlins, as the Marlins are all in. They need that catcher, I guess. And we have now reached the day that we can look at our draft pick ratings. See Pete Ingram right there, 85 to 95, 57 to 67. Cross your fingers, hope it comes in on the higher side. Although I wouldn't mind having an 85 potential guy in our first round, especially picking at 20. So here we go. Pete Ingram is a 91, so he does come in right at the middle, 91-63. Pretty even across the board except for strikeouts against lefties. Great stamina, so I'll take that every day. I know he is 21 years old, but he's not far off. Just need to get those ratings in the 60s and your MLB ready to go in the rotation, or at least as a long reliever until you progress up further. So I'll take that. That is a definite home run. We need more starting pitching, especially right-handed starting pitching. Second guy, Josh Worth, 93, another A. Wow. 21 years old. Guy's name is Josh Worth, and he's from Japan. Figured that out. But very low hits per 9, low strikeouts per 9 against righties, low home runs, good clutch control stamina. We knew that was going to be the case. And he is 21. So he's one of those guys. He's either going to be a trade piece or something that just develops. We don't get him up to the majors till he's 25. He's got a lot of work to do in those per 9s and that home runs. Everything else is great. So, hey, you know what? Worst case is we can use him as a reliever down the road, but I'll take the A. It helps, and it's another right-handed pitcher. Kind of shocked. I didn't expect him to be an A, to be honest. And another, we knew this guy, he had the good ratings. You know, these relievers are kind of, if you've watched Ann Ortiz, these relievers are a little cooked right now. We had to take what we could at the end, and we got a good one. 94-68. Controls a bit down. Home runs per 9 are a bit down. That kind of tempers your enthusiasm there, but he at least gets out lefties, doesn't give up hits. He strikes them out, so we'll just see how that works. Actually, he's reverse splits because he's a righty. I'm looking at bats lefty, so he's a right-handed pitcher. Another A. Here's a Starting pitcher, 80. This guy was injured, so I'm kind of surprised he's that high. 89 potential, 54 overall, and he's got a long way to go at 19 years old. So we'll just kind of let him cook down in the minors. He might even start in A-ball next year at 54. Robbie Herzog, swing and a miss, and actually a swing and a hit, 22 years old. So this is one of those guys. I'm just like, all right, he looks like he's going to have a high potential, very low overall. And yeah, this guy can't play defense. He can't hit. He's got great durability. He's just a pinch runner, basically, right? At 22 years old. So he has definite trade piece down the line. And yeah, whatever. Doesn't do anything great except for stay healthy and run on the bases. But he can help us get a good player in one of our next trades. And then Jason James, I'm surprised he looked better than that. 69-77. And good control, good hits per 9. He actually looks better than some of the guys we drafted earlier that have high potential. So another right-handed pitcher at 18. So yeah, we're going to let him cook probably in Double-A next year. He might play 2 years in Double-A, try and get all those per 9s up. But isn't that funny? He looked better than Worth, than even Ingram. And yet he comes in as a C. So this was pure luck. Just threw him on the board at the end to take someone that could possibly come in, and we got the best outcome, although he's terrible. This guy's terrible, so we'll just trade him. Beckham was injured, and looks like he's durability is 53, so he might be an injury-prone guy as we go forward. Tovar, you know, these closers are overheated. This guy came out better than I expected, but he's got a long way to go. And Ingram looks like the most MLB ready in the next 2 to 3 years, so... And the Giants, look at that. That's a terrible draft. Go back to the rest of the division. Cosmo, that's the guy we wanted to take. And he's got good power, good speed. Can't make contact. He can play all 3 outfield plus second and short. And Dodgers sniped him in the first round. Got nothing else worthwhile the rest of the way. Colorado, Yamada. Great power, defense, and speed. Got to work on his contact. Hinojosa was on our list, but terrible clutch. Wow. 10. Another guy that's going to be a relief pitcher. I'm actually going to go through this draft class next year in the offseason and make sure guys like this are listed as relievers. Marte, it's a relief pitcher there. In Arizona, Costa, 69. Yeah, that's the guy we were thinking about taking. So he came in at 69. He would have stayed as a starting pitcher for us. So they got a good pitcher, just didn't last to us. Got another guy here that needs work. Let's go back to the American League. They got nothing but C potentials across the board. Eddie Flood, thought about him. Can't make contact. Good power against lefties. Good defense and speed. Alton Rosas, another pitcher. That's not bad at all. He's got to work on his per 9s. He's 22 though. Anything else stand out? Freddie Franco. We scouted him up, but he went before we could get him. And there, Roley. This was the guy that was the number 1 pitcher in the MLB class. And he is 22, so take him a couple of years, be up. Nick Worth, second baseman. Great arm, and that's it. B potential. Woodson, would have taken him, but that clutch is low. Home runs per 9's low. Robert Lucas, not bad. Clutch is a bit low. First closer off the board, better than ours. Although his potential is only 80. Not bad. Had Jimenez on the board. He doesn't do much of anything. Dashler, 88-47. All B's and a D. I'm sorry, all C's and a D. Look at this draft class. Now you know why I was looking at pitchers so much, because there's really not much on the hitting side, especially when you're picking 20. Francisco was on our board. Rios was on our board. 54 potential. Good Lord. This guy was at the top of the draft board. He comes in as a C. Wow. There's nothing. Tumalo was on our board. He went early. Zarate was on our board. Look at that. He's 19. Yeah, he'll develop really good. Hey, Doug Flutie's at 55. B potential late. Quo. I liked him, but wow, 62 stamina. So I'm glad I didn't take him or even consider him early. Servone, we wanted to. Yeah, wow, those per 9s are pretty bad. Great clutch and stamina. Poole, center fielder. Wow. They took him early. At least that's a first round pick. That's terrible. Not a bad left-handed reliever there late in the draft. Look at this draft class. This is ungodly. Goss, good batter. Odell, 82 potential, 58 overall. Got to work on all of his hitting. And reminds, man, geez. Got a 92 A potential guy here. Does nothing but speed. So they hit with a couple of late picks. We had Hayda on the list, but he didn't get to us. So a couple of A's late. Fishman. It's like the best hitter we've seen so far. Abe Baker would have taken him, but that clutch is terrible. Almost a wow, look at that speed and stealing. 85 potential, 51 overall. And 46 B potential catcher. I hate when they do this. There's another closer. Good numbers there. 93, 68. Got an A potential third baseman late. I had him on the board, but he went before we could get him. Kovalenko, 60 overall, 88 potential. Man. Yeah. He didn't even get to our first pick. And that was... Few teams they had 4 Bs. Some of these teams are just awful. We lucked out on this guy especially, and this guy just being an A. So, knew he was going to be good. Had a feeling he was going to be good. So, hey, I'll take it. Did the best we could. Only got one hitter, and he's going to get shipped out. Now that we're through the draft, the trade deadline, and got all of our guys signed and got their ratings, let's hop into this game at Seattle right here and highlight Alec Marsh since he just signed a 3-year extension. I give him some love and show a little bit more of the action at the Major League level as we finish off this season. Here we are, T-Mobile Park here in Seattle. See their record much better than ours. 9.5 games better. And on the mound tonight for the Mariners can be George Kirby. See his numbers on the season. Another stellar season for the tall right-hander. We're going to quick manage all the hitting and just watch Marsh pitch. So we'll fly through this real quick. Hendrick grounds out. Merrill grounds out. Long grounds out. Go to the bottom of the first. Steven Kwan. I don't know if they got him this year or last year. I think it was last year. First pitch to him is a line shot in the left center field, and that's going to get down and hop over the wall into the Mariners bullpen for a leadoff ground rule double. A big high leg kick and just drove that outside pitch. That'll bring in Kyle Rowley. 279, not nearly struggling nearly as bad as he is in real life this year. And the 1-0 pitch from Marsh is a pop-up into right center field. Jackson Merrill under it. Here he's got the catch. Here's the throw, and Kwan is in safe as he moves up on the play. So now Mariners have a man on third with less than 2 out. See their lineup. Canzone in right. Adele, they got him in a trade this year as at DH. Javi Baez is their shortstop. Pareda, wow, they got a lot of changes to this lineup. All right, Dominic Canzone, number 3 hitter, stepping in. First pitch is strike on the outside corner. See his numbers, good season for him. World Series MVP last year, how about that? Now we got him down 0-2. Looking to get the punch out here, keep that man at third, and it hit him. Wow. Would have been a wild pitch if it didn't hit him, so now they get men at the corners and 1 out. Double play possibility here. Joe Adele stepping in, only hitting 236. First pitch is low for a ball. The Adele's numbers there, 29-70, so good power numbers. And the 1-1 pitch from Marsh is tapped foul. There we go, got him in the 1-2 count. See if we can get the punch out now on Alec. Watched you do well for Fiend franchise with the Cardinals. Needs you to do well for us here, and that's low and in the dirt for a ball. All right, reset, 2-2 count. And the pitch. Ooh, missed. So count goes full. Julio Rodriguez on deck. Don't want to walk him here. Long look and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Pitch up in his eyes. Four-seam fastball. Out number 2. Big strikeout there. See this replay. Elevates the four-seamer and Adele chased. Now bring in Julio now. Going to take a hit to score a run. Still a dangerous hitter even though he's only hitting 267. Takes a strike on the inside corner. See his numbers on the year. A little bit down on the RBI side. Marsh has Rodriguez behind 0-2. Looking to get out of this inning. Not giving up a run. Can he pull it off? Here's the pitch. And swing and a miss. He struck him out. So there we go. Great pitching by Alec Marsh to get out of that jam. All right, second inning. Strikeout, strikeout, strikeout. So 3 groundouts, then 3 strikeouts. All right, bottom of the second, Brendan Donovan. First man up for Seattle. Rips that pitch to right, and that one is gone. 95 mile an hour, right down the middle. Leaves at 109. And Donnie, I've seen him do that with the Cardinals. He just tanked that one. It's 1-0 Seattle. All right, reset now. Luke Raley in, only hitting 221. First pitch to him. There's a tapper to first. Grab there by Long. He'll step on the bag, and there's one down. I'll bring in Javi Baez, still hanging around. First pitch to him, inside for a ball. He hasn't done a whole lot. Either been buried in the minors or been injured. Baez ahead in the count 3-1. And the pitch. Pop up on the infield. There we go. Long's going to settle under it and have that. And that'll be 2 quick outs after the leadoff home run. I'm going to bring in Johnny Pareda. Hitting 197. First pitch to him. Check swing and it's a strike. See his numbers there. Not good at all. Hoping Marsh can do well. Sign him to that 3-year extension, hoping he can kind of anchor this rotation until we get some of our young guys in. So now Parade is behind 0-2, looking for a punch out to get out of this inning. And the pitch inside. Reset at 1-2. There's Marsh's pitch. And he got him a chase and another strikeout. There we go. So leadoff home run by Brendan Donovan gives Seattle a 1-0 lead. All right, third inning, ground out, strikeout, single by Fernandez to break up the perfect game, double by Hendrick, it's tied. Jackson Merrill pops out to end the inning. All right, go to the bottom of the third inning, top of the order, Stephen Kwan leading off. He doubled his first time, pitch way inside. He's up to 299 on the season now. Kwan ahead in the count 3-1. Come on, Alec, don't want to walk him. There's a line shot into right field, and that will be caught by Hendrick, and that's the first out here in the bottom of the third. And I'll bring in Cal Raleigh. First pitch on the way. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Strike one. Count even at 2 on Raleigh. Here's the pitch. And strike 3 called. Outside corner at the knees. There we go. Second out here in the third inning. That'll bring in Dominic Canzone. And you go 1-2-3. Ripped foul. Mariners had a man on base every inning so far. Well, at least got a hit. Donovan with a home run started last inning. Canzone behind 0-2. Can we get another punch out? Here's the pitch from Marsh. And there it is. Strike 3 in the dirt. Throw down to first. And there we go. Our first 1-2-3 inning of the game. Another strikeout for Alec Marsh. We're tied at 1 after 3. All right, back to the sim. Strikeout, double, strikeout, pop out. All right, Joe Adell's going to lead things off for Seattle here in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch is a strike at the letters. Struck him out on that high four-seamer last time. And the 0-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He swung over that for strike 2. Got up for another K. Can Marsh punch him out? And yes, he does. Blew it right by him on the outside corner. Another strikeout for Alec Marsh, number 6 already. See this replay. He's had Adell's number both times tonight. All right, that'll bring in Julio with nobody on and 1 out. First pitch to him, strike at the knees. Rodriguez down in count 1-2. Marsh thrown a lot of strikes since that first inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Did he go? Oh, they said he did. I'm not sure he did. We'll take the strikeout. He's like, what are you talking about? That'll bring in Donovan. Homered his last time. First pitch is strike right down the middle. And the 0-1 pitch to Donovan is ground ball to second base. Grab there. Throw to first, and another quick 1-2-3 inning. As we are through 4, and this game is still tied. All right, back to the sim on offense. A fly out, a strikeout, and a fly out. Luke Raley's going to step in and lead things off for Seattle here in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch is a fly ball into left field towards the corner. Racing over Vox, and it's gone. Just kept carrying and gets out of here for another solo shot. And the Mariners take a 2-1 lead. Both runs scored on home runs. Thought maybe Fox was going to get to it, and it just kept carrying and got out of here. All right, that'll bring in Javi Baez with nobody on and nobody out. First pitch to him. Foul ball off to the left. And the 0-1 pitch to Baez. Tapper up the middle. Racing in. Arcia's got it. Throw to first. And there we go. First out of the inning. That'll bring in Johnny Pereda. Nobody on and 1 out. If Marsh can get these guys 1-2-3 off that home run again. Swings through that one. Strike 1. Pereda behind the count 1-2. And a pitch from Marsh. There's a ground ball to short. Grab there. Takes his time. Throw to first. And there we go. 2 outs here in the inning. Back to the top of the order. Stephen Kwan batting for the 3rd time in 5 innings. First pitch to him. Strike on the outside corner. He's 1 for 2 with a double. And Marsh's pitch to Kwan is roped right at first base, and Long leaps and grabs that. Keeps it away from the corner and extra bases. Mariners get another run in the inning. Another solo homer. They're down 2-1 as we go to the 6th. All right, back to the sim on offense. Hendricks singles for a second hit of the day. Merrill flies out. Long flies out. Isaac singles, 2 on, 2 out. Gonzalez flies out to end the inning. All right, pick it up. Bottom of the 6th inning. Cal Raleigh, first man up. First pitch from Marsh. Fouled off to the left. Raleigh works the count even at 2. Here's the pitch. The ground ball through the hole on the left side, and that'll be a base hit. Gonzalez couldn't get there. That'll bring up Dominic Canzone with 1 on and nobody out. First pitch to him is swing and a miss. Throw down and high throw, and a catcher steals second. Wow, better throw, and they would have had him. His 10th of the season. Not the greatest jump, but high throw gave him no chance. Still was close. All right, man scoring position, nobody out now. Got to do some work. 0-1 pitch to Canzone is fouled back. Canzone has an RBI out there at second base. 1-2 count on him. Here's the pitch from Marsh, and here's a ground ball. Second base, grab there, throw to first, and that's the first out as Raleigh moves up to 3rd on the play. That'll bring in Joe Adell. Struck out both times tonight. 4-seam fastball both times. First pitch, strike on the outside corner. Fly ball here would give them a 3-1 lead. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a ground ball foul down third base. Dell behind the count 0-2 again. See if we can get another punch out on a high 4-seamer. Here's the pitch. And ground ball to first base. Long's got it. Flipped to the pitcher. And that will be an RBI ground out on the play as Adell puts the ball in play, gets the RBI. Now bring in Julio now with nobody on and 2 out. Down 3-1 now. First pitch is low for a ball. Struck out on a questionable check swing last time. He's 0 for 2 with 2 Ks tonight. Marsh evens up the count at 2. Trying to get out of this inning, only giving up 1 run. Here's the pitch to Julio. High, ball 3, full count. Rodriguez works the count full. Here's the pitch. Ground ball past Long into right field for a base hit, so the Mariners get a 2-out singles and continues. That's going to be it for Marsh. He's done. Giving up too many hits lately. Coming in out of the pen, going to be right-hander Johnny Brito. Just got called up when the injury to Phillips, so he's a new member of the bullpen. You can see what he's done so far this year. Pitched great at both levels, so he might be sticking on the Major League side after the injury. And we're just going to sim this game out from here because we only want to watch Marsh pitch. Donovan strikes out the end of the inning. Go to the top of the 7th. Ground out, double, ground out, bottom half, ground out, single, strikeout, go to the 8th. New pitcher, Gabe Spire, strikeout, double by Merrill, fly out, go to the bottom of the 8th, back to the pen, going to go with Waddell, walk, strikeout, ground out, get out of that jam, go to the 9th, down 2. Munoz, their closer, coming in. Look at a 4.89 ERA and a 191 whip. He has not had a good season. Strikeout, a single, a walk. And we're going to pinch hit for Fox. Going to bring in Blaze Jordan. He can stay in the game and play left if we tie it up. He flies out. Fernandez walks. Bases are loaded. 2 out. Austin Hendrick. Let's watch this at bat. All right, tying run at second, 2 outs, top of the 9th. First pitch from Munoz, inside for a ball. See Hendrick 2 for 4 with a single and a double and RBI tonight. His season numbers right there. We have Jackson Merrill on deck. Munoz comes set. 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2. Told you his whip is almost 2. Here's the season that Munoz has had. 45 hits, 22 walks, and 35 innings. So he has struggled. And he's blown 6 games already. All right, Austin. Be patient. 2-0 pitch on the way. High ball 3. Danger of walking in a run. Graphic says it right there. Jackson Merrill on deck. 3-0 count. And the pitch. Strike there at the knees. Reset, 3-1 count. Bases loaded, 2 out, top of the 9th, trailing by 2. And the pitch is a high fly ball in the left, and that's going to end the ball game. That's a shame. Walk would have been great to bring up Jackson Merrill, but we don't get it done, and the Mariners win the game 3-1. Check the box score. 2 hits for Hendrick, 2 hits for Isaac, 2 walks in the game, 9 strikeouts. We hit 4 doubles. Marsh didn't pitch poorly, but he gave up 2 solo homers. Bullpen did their job. On their side, scattered 6 hits, 2 walks. We struck him out 10 times. Kirby pitched great. Bullpen did great, and we just didn't get enough offense. And the very next night, same situation. Munoz on the mound. Game tied 4-4. 2 men on, 2 men out. Xavier Isaac at the plate. Let's hop in and see if he can get the job done this time. All right, Isaac 2 for 4 on the night. First pitch. Low for a ball. Got a triple and an RBI single. Runs scored. 17 home runs on the year. Definitely looking forward to him being our long-term first baseman in this franchise. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Munoz. Right down the middle is a tapper in front of the plate. Munoz has it, flips and throws, and they get him at first base. So we don't get the go-ahead run. Go to the bottom of the 9th. This game is tied. Now the Mariners have bases loaded, 1 out, bottom of the 11th. Josh Winkowski on the mound facing Victor Robles. Let's see if we can get out of this and keep this game tied. All right, Josh. Got a mess here. Need a strikeout, pop out, double play. First pitch. The high fly ball in the right field, curve. Go foul, go foul, go foul, go foul. No, it's a grand slam, and Seattle wins the game 8-4 as it just sneaks inside the foul pole. Hey, he got past. That should be a RBI single and only 1 run scores, but it's just animation dependent there. Victor Robles, Apo Taco grand slam, and the Mariners win in extras. All right, let's look at the box score of this one. 2 hits for Hendrick, 2 hits for Merrill, 2 hits for Isaac, 2 hits for Reimer, 2 hits for Fernandez, a double by Merrill and Anderson, triple by Isaac, home run by Yanner Fernandez. We had 2 walks, 10 Ks. Chris Mitt, 3 runs over 5 innings. Allard gave up 1, and Winkowski gives up that grand slam. Their side, 2 hits for Naylor, 3 hits for Robles, 2 for Baez. Home runs by Robles and Baez. They had 5 stolen bases. Castillo gives up 3 in 5 innings. Spire gave up 1 late. And Seattle would end up sweeping that series. We have lost, 6 games in a row. As we beat the Dodgers here in game 1 of that 4-game series and lost the last 3. So we've lost 6 in a row. We came out of the break really hot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Went 9-3. So that was a great start out of the break. But now we've 10-3. And now we've lost 6 in a row. So that's a tough stretch there. We're at 52-64. And let's see how the rest of this season progresses. And we got another situation here at home, this time against the Rangers. They have the bases loaded, 1 out, top of the 9th. We're up 2. Corey Seager at the plate. Ariel Rodriguez on the mound. Let's see if he can get out of this jam. All right, Seager, 2 for 4 on the night, so he's made good contact all night long. Here's the first pitch. Here's a ground ball to first base. Throw to second for 1, relay to first, and they got him. Wow. Got the double play. Should have gone home and got that guy out at the plate first. But we'll take the double play to end the inning and end the game. The Padres hang on a win, 4-2. Check the box score. Gave up 11 hits, 2 to Seager, 2 to Bell, 2 to Jansen, 2 to Young, 3 walks. He had 4 doubles. Mackenzie Gore didn't pitch great. Our side, 2 hits for Jacob Gonzalez. We had 5 walks. Xavier Isaac with his 18th home run drives in 3. That's good for the Rookie of the Year race. Chris Matt, 2 runs over 5 1/3. Winkowski does better this time, and Rodriguez with his 32nd save. There we go. And the very next day, our shortstop, Orlando Arcia, suffers a torn MCL. He is out for the rest of the season. Now I have to have a new shortstop, and I got to decide if I'm going to move Jackson Merrill to short and put a new center fielder. I'll bring up a new shortstop. I'll make that decision here in 1 second, and I'll let you know what I decide. And we're going to put Ryan Jackson on the 40-man. We're going to call him up, and he will split time at short with Jacob Gonzalez. So the two of them will handle shortstop. We'll leave Jackson Merrill in center field. And we've reached September 1st, so it's time for our September call-ups. They will not be anything special. I'm not calling up Salas. I'm not calling up Schoolcraft or any of those guys. Leaving them off the 40-man for 1 more year at least. We are going to call up Johnny Brito for sure. Evan Phillips just came off the DL. I sent Brito down. Now Brito's going to come right back up. And Clay Dungan's going to come back up to the major leagues. Nothing special. I don't want to add anybody else to the 40-man. I had to add him when Jake Fox got dinged up and had to go on a 10-day DL trip. So he's going to come back up and just give us infield depth. He's nothing special at all. Really good at defense and speeds. Maybe he can pinch run, and he can play second, short, third, left, center, right. But nothing sexy on the September call-up side this year. And as we sit here on September 1st, looking at the Rookie of the Year race, Jonathan Long take the lead here with 23 home runs, 60 RBIs. So the home runs are offsetting the batting average, and Xavier Isaac dropped off. And unfortunately, Jonathan Long is not part of the PPI. I don't know why. I guess it's because he's 25. So I don't think if he wins the Rookie of the Year, I don't think we get an extra pick for this. I could be wrong. Maybe if he wins the award, we get it. Other guys have to get other reasons, but he's not on our PPI list for this year. So we'll have to wait and see how that turns out, both for the award and if we get the extra pick. And I've been sitting here talking about our Rookie of the Year candidates, mentioning Jonathan Long's name multiple times, and not once have we shown him, given him his day on camera. So we're going to do that right now. We're going to highlight Jonathan Long. We're going to show him a few games. Start here at Milwaukee. Tough task against Jacob Mizorowski, and we're probably going to get another game in here at Colorado. But I want to highlight Jonathan Long so that if he wins Rookie of the Year and we don't show him, that's kind of a failure on my part. So let's hop in and see how Jonathan Long can do against the fastball of Jacob Mizorowski. And here we are, American Family Field. Brewers 89 wins, going for their 90th. Roof is open. Mizorowski seeking his 6th straight win on the mound. Good for him. And we're going to have tough shadows with the roof being open today. And I forgot to mention earlier, I noticed around the All-Star break, Kevin Alvarez had his potential go up to an A. So I'm not sure what happened. I mean, he's hitting 240. It's not like he's tearing up down in AAA. But right around the All-Star break, I was going through the team and noticed that he got bumped to an A. So there we go. That should help his progression as well. There's the hard-throwing Mizorowski, not having the greatest season there, only 17 starts, so he must have missed time. Hendrick leads off the game with a single. Jackson Merrill doubles, so it's second and third and nobody out. Let's hop in and watch Jonathan Long right now. All right, big early RBI situation. Need him to drive in as many runs as he can to help that Rookie of the Year status. First pitch fouls it off to the right. Long can play first and third. He's been playing mostly first base this year. Count even at 2 on Long. Just need him to get the ball in the air to the outfield or on the ground past the pitcher to get this first run of the game in. Here's the pitch. There's a high fly ball into left field. Racing back to the track, and it's gone! Jonathan Long gets it in the air to the outfield for sure, but that ball kept carrying and got out of here in a hurry. 106 feet, his 24th home run of the season, and we are up 3-0, 3 batters into this game. Let's go. Watch this replay. Right over the middle, hammers that pitch. He's actually got better power against lefties. Second deck shot. All right, back to the sim. Isaac ground out. Anderson singles. Gonzalez strikes out. Jordan flies out. All right, 1 inning in the book, and we're up 3-0. Yelich with an RBI double gets a run back. An RBI single by Amadei makes it 3-2. Terang 2-run shot. We're down 4-3. Now Long back up here in the third. Nobody on, 1 out. See if he can get on base, get a rally started. All right, that was impressive. First at bat. See what he does here. First pitch from Mizorowski, and it hit him. All right, so gives up the home run and then beans him the next time. And we would go down with 2 straight strikeouts to end the inning. Chiriot makes it 5-3 with an RBI double. 3-run shot by Yelich. It's 8-3. Just can't get anybody out. This is ridiculous. We're down 10-3 as we head to the top of the 6th. Long's going to lead things off. What a great start, and pitching just fell apart quickly. All right, Long 1 for 1 with a 3-run shot and a hit by pitch. As you can tell, we definitely need to work on our pitching staff going forward. There's another high fly ball into left field, racing back and shy of the track this time, and that'll be the first out. And pick it up here, top of the 8th, still down 10-3, nobody on, 1 out. Jonathan Long at bat again for his 4th plate appearance, 3rd at bat. And new pitcher on the mound for the Brewers, Chad Patrick. First pitch to Long is strike on the outside corner. There's his numbers on the year, 261, 24, and 63 with a 773 OPS. And the 0-1 pitch from Patrick. The fly ball in the center field. That should be caught, and it will be, and that's the second out here in the 8th. Jacob Gonzalez gets us our 4th run with an RBI double. And the Brewers with a convincing 10-4 win as Mizorowski goes to 6-1. Krismack goes to 5-9. Patrick, 3 innings in relief for the save. Check this box score. See Long's 3-run shot. Gonzalez had 2 hits, including an RBI double. Only 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. 3 errors in the game. Krismack, 8 runs, 5 earned, 10 hits, 4 innings. Brito was okay. Winkowski and Avila, at that point, the game was out of reach. They pounded out 12 hits. They had 4 doubles, 2 homers, 2 steals. Decent start there by Mizorowski, and took the loss. Not a good performance by our pitching staff. And we are currently in a very rough stretch. We've lost 9 out of 11. Go back here against the Cubs. Got a win there, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm sorry, 2-11. So, yeah, not a good stretch to end the year as we already have 83 losses, 21 games back in the division, 14 and a half back in the wild card, and right now at 424, we have the 5th worst record in all of baseball. So, not a good way to finish the season. We'll top into another player lock with Jonathan Long, this time at home facing Bubba Chandler and the Pirates. Ryan Reynolds' solo shot gets the Pirates on the board early. Now we're going to hop in Jonathan Long. First at bat of the game, nobody on, 2 out here in the bottom of the 1st. All right. See if our pitching can fare better today. Get more timely hitting as well. There's Long season numbers. Long ahead in the count, 2-1. Trying to get somebody on and get a 2-out rally going. In the pitch, strike 2 on the inside corner. And pitch from Chandler is swung on and missed. Outside pitch, swings and misses, and that's the end of the 1st. And pick it up here, bottom of the 4th. Jonathan Long trying to lead things off. Still 1-0 Pirates. All right. Was not successful in getting a rally going with 2 out in the 1st. Let's see if he can get something going as a leadoff batter here, and he rips that pitch fouled on the left side. I said before, Long could be our future 3rd baseman. Kind of depends on what we do throughout these seasons. Thinking about moving Valdez to second base or outfield. And the 0-2 pitch from Chandler. Low for a ball. Reset. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. And ripped right to first base. Step on the bag, and that's a 1st out here in the 4th inning. And pick it up here, bottom of the 6th. Still 1-0. Both teams really struggling on offense. See if Long can get something going. All right, Chandler, 77 pitches, so he's not long for this game. First pitch, strike on the outside corner. Too long, 0 for 2 with a K and a ground out. Just need a base runner and get somebody on, put some pressure on this Pirate defense, which is low for ball 1. 2-2 count, nobody on, nobody out, here in the 6th. And low for ball 3, so works the count full. Xavier Isaac and his 20 home runs on deck. See his average has dipped way down to 230. Here's a 3-2 pitch from Chandler. And swings and misses, and that might have been ball 4, and that's how we start the bottom of the 6th. Now we load the bases with 2 outs. Fox at the plate facing lefty JoJo Romero. Let's pinch hit for him. And who are we going to bring in? Let's bring in... let's go with Kilpatrick. And he singles, tie game. Fernandez flies out, so we get the game evened up at 1 as we go to the 7th. 2-run shot by Andy Rodriguez. Now we're down 3-1. All right, pick it up here, bottom of the 7th. Hendrick with a leadoff double. Merrill struck out, so long up. He's a tying run at the plate. See if we can get something done here off JoJo. All right, 2-run shot would be great. Base hit to get 1 run in would be good as well, as the first pitch is way inside. See, he's 0 for 3 with a couple of Ks. And the pitch from Romero is strike on the outside corner. Now Long's behind 1 and 2. Got to protect, expand that zone, put this ball in play. Inside ball 2. And the 2-2 pitch from Romero is a high fly ball into medium center field. That's not going to do anything, and that'll be the second out of the inning as the runner has to go back. And that's it for Romero. He's coming out of the game. You're going to bring in a right-hander, Hunter Stratton, to face the lefty. We're going to stay right here with Xavier Isaac, see if he can hit a 2-run shot and tie this game up. 1 for 2 on the day. Fouls the first pitch off. His numbers on the season. That batting average has really dipped. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Out. Oh, he called a strike. Throw down, and he is safe at third. Stole third. Hendrick. Not sure why he did that. He's in scoring position already at second base. Now I have a man in third with 2 outs and an 0-2 count on Isaac. That was a questionable strike call. Here's the pitch. And it gets by the catcher, and the runner has to hold. Short backstop here at Petco. 1-2 count on Isaac now. Here's the pitch. Here's a ground ball to second base. Throw to first, and nothing happening for us in the bottom of the 7th. And Kilpatrick leads off the bottom of 9th with a triple. Sac fly by Fernandez makes it a 1-run game. Back to the top of the order. Hendrick singles. Jackson Merrill doubles. Tie ball game. We got the winning run at second with 1 out. Jonathan Long coming to the plate. A new pitcher for the Pirates. I'm going to bring in the right-hander, Johan Ramirez. See his numbers on the year. All right, Jonathan, 0 for 4 in the night. He can walk it off with a base hit here. Merrill has good speed at second base. First pitch is outside for a ball. See, he's 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts. Long ahead in the count, 2-1. Come on, buddy, come through in the clutch. Here's the pitch. Swings through that, so it's 2 strikes now. 2-2 count. Winning run at second. 1 out in the 9th. There's a tapper to third base. Runner's going to have to hold. They throw to first, and that'll be the second out of the inning. And I'm going to stay right here again. Watch Xavier Isaac, see if he can walk this game off. 1 for 3 on the night. First pitch, strike right down the middle. Man, you got to swing at that. Isaac behind in the count, 1-2. Ramirez trying to keep this game tied and send it to extras. Here's the pitch, and it gets by the catcher to the backstop. Jackson Merrill's going to go to third on the play. Isaac works the count full. Winning run at third, and the pitch. Line shot, base hit to left field, and there we go. The Padres get a walk-off win with a big rally in the 9th inning. Let's go, Padres. They lift Isaac on their shoulders. There we go. 2-hit night for Xavier Isaac. Let's check the box score. 2 hits for Reynolds, including a home run. 2 hits for Alvarado. 2 hits for Andy Rodriguez, including a home run. Chandler didn't pitch poorly at all, but Isaac Mattson, 3 runs, 3 hits, and a third of an inning. Our side, 2 hits for Hendrick, 2 hits for Isaac, 2 hits for Kilpatrick. 5 walks in the game, a couple of doubles, a triple. Chris Matt pitched again, pitched much better this time. Sugar did not pitch well, but Brito and Avila hang in there, keep us close in the game, and we get the walk-off win in the bottom of the 9th. Now we have a critical situation here against the Dodgers, trailing 1-0. We only have one hit in the game. Edwin Diaz on the mound trying to finish it off. Got the tying run at second and Jackson Merrill. Jonathan Long at the plate. Let's see if he can come through and get this game tied. All right, Long 0 for 3 on the day. His average under 260 now. First pitch from Diaz is a strike on the outside. Oh, yeah, it is. Strike on the outside corner. Tough day for Long. 0 for 3 with 3 Ks. Goodness. Long in danger of going 0 for 4 with 4 Ks. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and he does just that. Diaz comes in, gives up a walk, strikes out a couple of guys, and the Dodgers hang on to win a one-hitter, 1-0. Look at this box score. They only had 5 hits, 2 by Mookie Betts. That was a solo shot on one of those 2. Great start by Emmett Sheehan. Bullpen does another great job. Our side, 1 hit by Xavier Isaac, 2 walks, 16 strikeouts. My goodness. Chris Matt pitched well again. Phillips took the loss in relief. And when you get 1 hit and 3 base runners, it's kind of hard to win a game. All right, time to get some more player lock in here with Jonathan Long as we go to Colorado Coors Field. He's going to face lefty Trevor Rogers. Long loves to hit against lefties. There it is, Coors Field, hitter's haven. See, the Rockies already have 105 losses. Trevor Rogers will be the lefty on the mound for the Rockies today, 8-17. Not a good year for Trevor. And it won't take very long for us to get to Jonathan Long's first at-bat as he's batting leadoff against lefties. First pitch is low for a ball. See if we can get that batting average back up into the mid-260s after this series. And the 1-0 pitch from Rogers. It's ripped into right field. The right fielder doesn't even hardly move, and that'll be the first out here in the top of the first. And pick it up here at top of the third. Nobody on, 1 out. Still scoreless game. Long trying to get a rally going here. First pitch is in for a strike. Lined out to right field his first time. Looking for home run number 25. And the 0-1 pitch from Rogers is a ground ball and through for a base hit. So there we go. Padres get a man on here as they try and break through and end this scoreless tie. Merrill forces them. Anderson flies out. And the Rockies break through first. 1 out double by Veen. RBI single by Carrick makes it 1-0. Jake Fox tripled and Gonzalez hit into a double play. My goodness. Solo shot by Ethan Holiday makes it 2-0. Pick it up here, top of the 6th, down 2-0. Long leading things off. Trevor Rogers still in the game with a 4-hit shutout in progress. All right, Jonathan had a base hit to left. His last time up, got stranded. Swings on that high fastball and misses for strike 1. Long behind in the count, 1-2. Here's the pitch, and he went around, tried to hold up, and that's a strikeout to start the 6th. Jackson Merrill with a single. Single by Isaac, 2 on, 2 out. Hendrick flies out. RBI single by Carrick makes it 3-0. Got to go to the pen. New pitcher Victor Vodnik gives up a leadoff single to Blaze Jordan. Single by Gonzalez. Long's up now, 2 on, 2 out, down 3-0. See if you can hit a tying 3-run shot right here. All right, offense been tough for us to come by this last month or so of the season. First pitch from Vodnik, strike at the letters. Long's 1 for 3. We'll have a 2 for 4 with a home run and 3 ribs right here. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and he got a hold of that, rips it into left center field, and that ball's going to get down, and it hops off the wall. 1 runs in. Runners around third, throw comes back in, and there we go. It's 3-2 as the Padres cut it down to a 1-run deficit. 20th double of the season. Here's the replay. Knew that was going to get down. I was just wondering if it was going to hop over the wall. There we go. Big clutch 2-run double by Jonathan Long. That's going to be it. Rocky's going to take Vodnik out. Bring in the lefty. Brennan Bernardino, 6.22 ERA. Goodness. 3.17 average against lefties. Well, we're going to stay right here then. He's going to face Jackson Merrill, best hitter on the team by far. See if he can tie this game up or better. There's a high fly ball into that same left center field gap, racing back, and it will be caught for the 3rd out. But we cut it down to a 3-2 deficit as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Now we pick it up here, top of the ninth, down 3-2, man on first, 2 outs. First thing we're going to do is pinch run for Fernandez. And Dungan's going to come in and pinch run. So there we go, man on first, 2 out. Jonathan Long trying to tie this game up or give us a lead, facing Juan Mejia. All right, shot to the gap, give us a good chance to tie this game. He's already done it once, 2 for 4 with a single, a double, and 2 RBIs. He takes strike 1 there. Come on, Jonathan. And the 0-1 pitch from Mejia is, strike. Thought that was low. Now Long's behind 0-2. Can't be picky now. Here's the pitch. There's a high fly ball into right field towards the line, and that will be caught, and that's the ball game as the Rockies hang on and win the game 3-2. Look at our box score. 2 hits for Long, 2 hits for Isaac, 2 hits for Fox. Only 1 walk, had a double and a triple. Marsh, 8 hits and 5 2/3 was a bit much. Didn't pitch poorly, though. Bullpen did a great job. Their side, 2 hits for Goodman, 3 hits for Veen, 2 hits for Carrick. He drives in 2. Got a couple of doubles, a home run by Holiday. Rogers, 6 shutout innings. Vodnik gave up the 2 runs. Just fell short. And let's go down and take a look in Double-A real quick. Their season just ended. The Missions went 32-37 in the second half, so they are not in the playoffs at all. Take a look at their stats. Romeo Sanabria led with 126 hits, tied with Verdugo and Blake Hunt with 10 home runs. Verdugo had 58 RBI, 18 steals for Shannon Valdez. Jesus Pinto didn't play a whole lot. Verdugo, 273 average. Sanabria, 272. Valdez hit 267. 354 on base, though, but 372 slug. He is not going to be playing third base with that slug. And I've got him training on slug. He just needs to start hitting some extra base hits. Really needs to get home runs. See his ratings there went from a 64 to a 68. Everything's moving up, but that power just isn't translating right now. His defense is moving up and getting better. That's good. Arm went up 3 as well. So he's going to be stuck here in Double-A for a little bit. Pitching side, Richie Capps, 11-8, 3.06 ERA. Sean Boyle, 14-7, 265. But Boyle is a 30-year-old D. Bobby Ortiz, 6-13, 430. Cash Mayfield, 3-13, but a 3.40 ERA. 134 strikeouts, 135 innings. And he went from a 65 to a 71. So if he can get all of his per nines up in the 60s, he will definitely be a possibility for the rotation, although that stamina is a bit on the edge of being usable at the major league level. Roger Altman, one of our draft picks, that hits per nine and control is just terrible, but he went up 5 points this year as an A. He's going to be a long-term prospect, could even be a trade bait piece. Leaf pitcher side, Tegan Kuhns, there we go. 70 strikeouts, 69 innings, 2.99 ERA. Jagger Haynes, not a good year, 38 walks and 67 innings. Derek Cox, our closer, there we go. 149 ERA, 108 whip, 36 saves. He goes from a 63 up to a 67. So he will be a member of the bullpen at some point in the future. Just has a little bit more to go, probably another year or 2 in the minors, and then he'll be ready to go. Now we're going to do one more player lock here in Colorado. We're going to watch Jackson Merrill this time as he faces Zach Eflin. And you can see Eflin's numbers on the season, not good at all. 5-17 with a 5.02 ERA. Hendrick leads it off with a flyout, so let's hop in for Jackson Merrill's first AB. All right, Jackson, not going to be driving in close to 100 runs with this lineup. Need to get you some help. Take that first pitch for a strike. 284, 24, and 69. He had help. That would be up in the high 80s, low 90s, but we don't have enough offense for him yet. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swings through that for strike 2. And the 0-2 pitch from Eflin is a tapper up the first base side, step on the bag, and there's a second out. And Jonathan Long grounded out to end the inning. And hop in here, top of the third. Hendrick with a 2-out single, so we have 1 on, 2 outs. See if Merrill can get the finish off the 2-out rally and get us a run. All right, see if we can get a better pitch to hit. See at the bottom, the Pirates have won 9 straight games. Pitches inside for a ball. 1 for 5 in the series. And the 2-0 pitch from Eflin is a strike, throw down, and he's out at second base, caught stealing, and that'll end the inning. Amador with a 1-out double makes it 1-0 Colorado. Now Merrill's back up to lead off the fourth after Hendrick was caught stealing to end the third. All right, Jackson. First pitch from Eflin is a strike. I would love to move him to shortstop, improve our infield defense immensely, but he's also so good and so valuable in center field with that defense as well. So it's not a bad, wrong answer either way. It was a line shot foul. Can we find a shortstop or can we find a center fielder and allow us to make that final decision? Here's the 0-2 pitch from Eflin inside. Merrill works the count even at 2. And a pitch on the way. It's a ground ball to short. Scoop there. Throw to first. 1 out here in the top of the fourth. Solo shot by Max Anderson here gets us back even at 1 to lead off the 5th inning. Double by Rodriguez makes it 2-1 Colorado. Now Merrill's going to step in. 1 out here in the 6th. Down 2-1. All right. We have not been hitting the ball. This is a perfect park to get your offense going, and we have not done much of anything. 0 for 2 today, 1 for 6 in the series. That would be a great idea. Come to Colorado, watch these guys smoke the ball over the field. They're not doing anything. And there it goes. All I have to do is say I have no confidence in them, and there it is, a long home run to the bullpen. 440-foot shot by Jackson Merrill ties this game at 2. There we go. 25th of the season for him. Sometimes you got to talk trash to your own team to get them going. See this replay. Right down the middle. I hate this camera. You don't even see the ball. All you see is a tracer. He hits that way out into the bullpen off the back wall. All right, pick it up here. Top of the 8th. Nobody on. 1 out. Jeff Criswell pitching for the Rockies. Still tied 2-2. Jackson Merrill 1 for 3. Solo shot tied the game his last time up. Takes a strike at the knees right there. Gets him up to 70 RBI on the season. Kind of a down year for him, but you got to consider what he's working with the rest of the lineup. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swings at a terrible pitch, and that's down 0-2 now. Come on, Jackson. Got to get you on. Here's the pitch. Way inside. And Criswell's 1-2 pitch. Is strike 3 at the knees, so that's a 2nd out here in the 8th inning. And they're going to take him out. Bring in the lefty, Brennan Bernardino. Jonathan Long loves lefties. Flies out, though, to end the inning. All right, a walk, a single, and a ground out. We have the go-ahead run at third with 1 out. Blaze Jordan at the plate. Let's watch. All right, Blaze, getting a lot of play at third base right now. First pitch to him, low and inside. Jaden Hill, their closer in the game. Here's the pitch, and pops up a bunt. What are we doing bunting with a power hitter? All he has to do is put the ball in the air to the outfield, and we take the lead. This stupid CPU decision drives me insane. Now it's going to take a hit from Jake Fox. All he had to do was hit the ball in the air to the outfield, and we get the lead. My God. And we're going to bunt again. This is the garbage we franchise players have to put up with. Thank you, San Diego Studios. Talk about immersion killing. All right, bottom of the 9th. Can we hang on? Evan Phillips in the game. 1 out, a walk, a single, and that's it. My God. We're a fly ball away from taking the lead, and we bunt twice and lose the game on a walk-off. Fox scored 2 hits for Max Anderson. One of those was a home run. Merrill with a home run, only 1 walk in the game. Chris Matt pitched okay. Bullpen okay till Phillips at the end. 2 hits for Beck, 2 for Doyle, 3 for Caber Rodriguez, 2 walks by Sanchez. Eflin pitched great. Bullpen pitched great. And we got screwed by the CPU. And the AAA season ended. Chihuahuas went 72-78, 17 games back, so they are not making the playoffs. Check their stats. Jose Miranda led the team with 157 hits. Kevin Alvarez led with 20 home runs. Reyes 19. Salas had 15 RBIs. Miranda 70. Stolen bases 17 for Alvarez. Jace Bowen led an average. He and Pablo Reyes. Salas hit 260. Alvarez 234. On base was Reyes. There's Salas at 237. Slugging, we had nobody slug 500. Alvarez 421. Salas 399. My goodness. Yeah, those two guys are going to be in the minors for at least another full season. Pitching side, Cruz Schoolcraft 8-8 with a 2.84 ERA, a 1.11 WHIP, 161 strikeouts, 171 innings. Man is phenomenal. And he's gone from a 69 to a 74. Everything going up. He is very close to being major league ready as well. So I think one more year, maybe he comes up as a September call-up next year. Want to get all of that up into the 60s. And yeah, he could be in our rotation at the end of next season, beginning of the following one. Omar Cruz 13-7 with a 2.86. Jackson Wolf 11-11, 383. Lizarraga 8-8, 338. Miguel Mendez 4-11 with 391. Bullpen side, Tristan McKenzie, look at that, 45 walks in 70 innings. It's horrible. Justin Yeager pitched well. Pullman Borthwick got called up from AAA, so these are, from AA, so these are his AAA numbers, 68 strikeouts, 65 innings, so he had a really good season, and he went from a 58 up to a 65. So yeah, he is not long for major leagues as well. Could be a long relief guy. And remember, he's only 19 years old, so he's going to spend all of next year in AAA and then go from there. Bradley Rodriguez, 40 saves, 4.30 ERA, still 24 walks in 52 innings, and he went from a 65 to a 63. That control is the only thing keeping him out of the majors. And now we are down to the last day of the regular season. Padres are 66-95, taking on the Rockies, who are 54-107. We have Frank Mazzucato against Griffin Canning, and we're going to hop in here. And you know what? We're going to watch all of our best guys. We're going to watch Long. We're going to watch Jackson Merrill. We're going to watch Isaac. And we'll just sim the pitching. I don't care about watching the pitching. We're going to watch as many ABs of our better guys as we can and finish this off that way. And then we'll get into our final stats for the season. Here we are in that beautiful Petco Park. Last time this season, before we get into the offseason, see if we can add more guys through to Rule 5. See Mazzucato has a 5-game losing streak. Max Anderson on a 4-game home run streak. Gotta love that. And like I said, on the mound, Frank Mazzucato, there's his regular season numbers. Got to get the walk rate down. Trying to avoid a 17th loss as we wear our new City Connect uniforms. All right, top of the first, Amador strikes out. Goodman strikes out. Beck strikes out. That's a nice way to start right there. Let's go to the bottom of the first. Hendrick strikes out. Let's hop in for the next 3 batters. All right, Jackson Merrill. We saw him hit a home run against the Rockies. First pitch from Canning. Strike on the outside corner. And the 0-1 pitch on the way. There's a high fly ball down the right side, foul. Merrill behind the count, 0-2 after a couple of foul balls. Here's the pitch. And swings and misses, strikes out on circle change. That's a second out here in the first inning. That'll bring in Jonathan Long, that batting average down to 254. First pitch is inside for a ball. His numbers on the year, still looking for that 25th home run. Might need to move Long to third next year, play some Xavier Isaac at first. There's strike 2, and see how Long plays at third. And then see if we can find a DH bat in the Rule 5 draft. And strike 3 on a high pitch. He didn't like that, and that's how we end the first inning. All right, second inning, strikeout. That's 4 strikeouts in a row. Walk, stolen base, a double. It's one. Oh, he's out, so he didn't score. All right, another double. Now they score. It's 1-0. 2-run shot. Man, 4 straight strikeouts, a walk, 2 doubles, and a home run. We're down 3-0. Now we go to the bottom of the second inning. Xavier Isaac will lead things off. All right, Xavier, let's go. At 228 average, man, he was up in the 260s at one point. He has really struggled second half of this season. That pitch is low. For hit number 143, as you see the graphic there, here's the 1-1 pitch. Ripped through the right side, and there we go. Hit 143 as he gets a base hit. Get our first man on base here. Lead off the second inning. Max Anderson on a 4-game home run streak. He's up to 24. Double play. Single. A triple by Jordan makes it 3-1. And we go to the third. 1 out. 2 out. Double. Strikeout to the bottom half. Error. Strikeout. Jackson Merrill up. Man on second. 1 out. All right, see if we can get an RBI here. Cut that down to a 1-run deficit. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball up the middle. Diving stop by the shortstop. Throws from his knees and gets him. What a play there. to save a run and get the second out. My goodness, Tovar. That'll bring in Jonathan Long now. It's going to take a 2-out hit to get us our second run of the game. Here's the first pitch. Fouled off to the right side. Long quickly down 0-2. Desperately need a base hit here. Here's the pitch. And chases and strikes out, and that's how we end the third inning. All right, top of the fourth. Fly out, ground out, strikeout. To the bottom half, Xavier Isaac leading things off. See if he can get another base hit. Get our leadoff man on. First pitch is a strike at the knees. Isaac, 23 home runs, 68 RBIs. Need him to be a little more flatline through the season. Not so many peaks and valleys. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a pop-up behind the plate. Catcher running over by the on-deck circle, and he's going to have room, and that's a first out. All right, Max Anderson doubles. Gonzalez grounds out. Jordan flies out, so we don't score. To the fifth, strikeout, fly out, ground out to the bottom half. 1 out, single, fielder's choice. So Jackson Merrill at the plate, 1 on, 2 out, representing the tying run here in the fifth. All right, Jackson, need you to come through. At least get on base, extend the inning. Fouls that first pitch back. He's 3 for 11 in the series. Hitless today. Inning comes set. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And ripped deep to right center field. That ball is up against the wall. Man, I thought that was going to get out. And Cole Carrig, Zach Veen, wrong blonde outfielder, makes the leaping catch at the wall. Would have been an extra base hit, not a home run. We're still down 3-1. Johnny Brito is going to come in and pitch for the Padres. Hunter Goodman leading things off. Strikes out. Beck strikes out. Veen strikes out. So there you go. 3 straight strikeouts. Go to the bottom of the inning. Long and Isaac, first 2 guys up. Let's hop in. All right, these 2 guys have been in the Rookie of the Year race all year. Terrible second half by Isaacs, taking him out. Here's a high fly ball into left center field. Racing back to the track, to the wall, and it's gone! Jonathan Long with his 25th round tripper of the year. There we go. Gets to that magic 25 mark. Cuts this down to a 3-2 deficit. There we go. I hadn't shown him all year. He's been leading Rookie of the Year, and I'm like, I got to get him on camera. This is really stupid of me to not show this guy, and we get to see a couple of home runs from him. Here's the pitch right down the middle. He golfs that over the wall. And he and Isaac, he might be part of the team going forward. Now Isaac's going to step in with nobody on and nobody out. First pitch is a strike on the inside corner. He's 2 for 9 on the series, 1 for 2 today. See if he can go back-to-back with Long. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Canning, and it's a high fly ball in the left center field. And that looks like it's going to be caught, as is. And that's the first out. All right, back to the sim. Max Anderson strikes out. Gonzalez grounds out. Go to the 7th inning. And leave Brito in. That's, I believe, his 4th straight strikeout. Single, strikeout, fielder's choice to the bottom half. 1 out, walk. New pitcher, fielder's choice. Hendrick walks. And now we have 2 on, 2 out. Jackson Merrill got the tying run at second base. Let's see if he can get the job done. All right, Jackson, 0 for 3 tonight. We need you to come through. You're clearly the best player on the team. And this is a situation where you need to get this hit. Swings through that first pitch for a strike. 284, 26, and 75. Respectable. And the 0-1 pitch from Vodnik is a strike on the outside corner. Now he's down 0-2. Come on, Jackson. Get something you can hit. And the 0-2 pitch. The high fly ball into center field, and that ball is going to be caught, and that'll end the inning as we fail to get that game tied as we head to the 8th. New pitcher for us is going to be Evan Phillips. Not had the greatest season. If we can keep this right here, 3-2. Ground out, strikeout, strikeout. There we go. Bottom half, Long and Isaac, first 2 guys up. All right, Jonathan. Homered his last time. Just need you to get on base here. And terrible pitch. He swings and misses for strike 1. 2 hits in the series. Possibly his last at-bat of the season. Unless we can tie it up, go extras. Low for a ball. And the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Long down and count 1-2. Trying to get on base. Get a rally going here in the 8th. Bodnick takes forever. Here's the pitch. And it's a ground ball to third base. Scoop there. Long throw to first. And guns him down. That's a first out here in the 8th inning. Now bring in Xavier Isaac. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Long ball here would tie the game. He has plenty of power. Here's the pitch. Takes a strike on the outside half. Come on, Xavier. Got to get that average up to 230. Could be your last at-bat of the season as well. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swings through it for strike 2. The changeup is nasty. He has to protect. 40 on, 1 out. And swings the ball inside for strike 3. Throw down, and that's a second out. And they're going to the pen. New pitcher. And bring in the lefty, Brendan Bernardino. We've seen him at least 3 times. I'm going to stay right here with Max Anderson. He has a 4-game home run streak on the line. He's 1 for 3. Let's see if he can get a home run here in his 5th straight game. Nope. Ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. So we do get the tying run on with 2 outs here in the 8th inning. And we're going to run with Clay Dungan. We'll stay right here. Jacob Gonzalez. See if you can get an extra base hit. Get this game tied. First pitch to him. Inside for a ball. And Bernardino's 1-0 pitch is a ground ball back to the pitcher. Knocks it down. Throws to first. And that's the 3rd out. So we'll get the tying run on. Can't get him in as we head to the 9th inning. New pitcher for us going to be Yariel Rodriguez, our closer. Trying to keep it at a 1-run game. Back walks. Veen singles. Doyle an error. So we got bases loaded. Nobody out. Carrig hit by pitch and down 4-2. Strikeout. Strikeout. Fielder's choice. So not a good inning there. So now we need 2 runs. Blaze Jordan leading things off against Juan Mejia. Strikes out. Fox lines out. Fernandez grounds out, and we lose the game 4-2. I don't know what it is. We just can't beat the Rockies on camera. So we drop this game. Canning goes to 4-12. Mazzucato 7-17. Mejia's 31st save as the Rockies win the series. Check the box score. 2 hits for Carrig. 2 walks. They struck out 16 times. They got just enough offense. Canning 2 runs in 6 innings. Their bullpen did a great job. Our side, 2 hits for Max Anderson. Had a double. Jordan had a triple. Long with a home run. Mazzucato, that's not a bad start, but just didn't get enough timely hits. And we wrap up season 2 at 66-96. 24 games back, scored 544 runs, gave up 702, and 22-30 in divisions, not good. Losing record every way across the board. Final stats, Jackson Merrill leads with 168 hits, 75 runs scored, 26 home runs, 75 ribs. Jonathan Long leads with 13 steals. Merrill, Gonzalez, and Hendrick had 12. Average-wise, Ryan Jackson didn't play a lot. Merrill, 284. Anderson, 255. You can see we just didn't have enough offense, which we knew that was going to be the case with a Rule 5 team. Merrill leads with a 350 on base and 514 slug. 864 OPS. 50 doubles. I'll take that. 300 total bases. Pitching side, Chris Matt 5-10 with a 421. Alec Marsh 7-14 with a 430. Riley Fry 10-9 had a winning record, 2.79 ERA. C potential player, went up 3 and got those hits per 9 up into the 60s. So he might be a short-term guy for us down the road. That 66 stamina is probably going to end up in the bullpen though, and he is 24, so he might be around for a bit. Mazzucato 7-17, 479. Jackson Ferris 6-11, 423. Steven Matz is going to be gone. Relief pitchers, Winkowski, strikeout per inning, 381 ERA. Avila, 370 ERA. Sugart, 433. Allard, really surprising. There's his ratings. So he doesn't strike out everybody. Great control, great clutch, and they had that year. That's terrible. Waddell had a great season, 1.66 ERA, a 1 ERA. Evan Phillips was not good. Also was injured part of the year. Gabriel Rodriguez, 40 saves, 4-5, 3.09 ERA, 120 WHIP. He will do as our closer for now. Went up 4 points, so at some point he may end up going to a setup role instead if we can find a better closer or develop one. Let's take a look at the awards. MVP National League, Juan Soto, 52 home runs. Riley and Acuna second. American League was Gunnar Henderson with 54 home runs. Alonso, 51. Cy Young, Sanchez beats out Shoto because of the strikeouts. 23 wins wasn't enough to beat out 18. That is wrong. The wins should count more than the strikeouts in that situation, especially since he had a lower ERA. That was highway robbery. American League side, Hunter Brown, Shane Bieber. They had about the same year, but he had more strikeouts. Batting title, Acuna he's hitting 342, Soto 339. Kirk hit 322 in the American League. Reliever goes to Fairbanks and Whitlock. Rookie Enrique Alvarado beats out Jonathan Long because of the RBIs. So, you don't get Rookie of the Year. American League, Antoine Wade. Wow, that was a terrible rookie class in the American League. Hank Aaron goes to Soto and Roman Anthony. Have any Gold Glove? Marsh and Fry finished second and third in Gold Glove at pitcher. Anybody else? No, not even Jackson Merrill. Silver Sluggers. We had nobody. Okay, so that's it for the season. Let us finish off the year now, see who wins the World Series. And the Cubs beat the Guardians. Rematch of the World Series. They win that one. And they swept them. Holy crap. So the Cubs were a wild card. Number 4 seed. Beat Atlanta. Beat Milwaukee. Beat Miami. And then beat Cleveland. Good Lord. Baltimore got beat by Boston. Seattle got beat by Cleveland. So the top seeds all went down except for Miami. And then they got beat by the Cubs. What a weird postseason that was. Take a look at the World Series MVP award goes to Eloy Jimenez. He's still in the league. Nico Horner gets NLCS MVP. Jose Ramirez. He had a great postseason. Eloy Jimenez. Wow. All right. Well, that will wrap up this season. And now we have to get into the offseason, decide which guys we're going to keep, which guys we're going to let go, see if we can find any undrafted free agents that we can use to increase some of the talent level in the AA and AAA, and see if there's anybody in the Rule 5 draft pick that'll make us better on the Major League side. Get our rookies that we drafted, all those pitchers in, and get them in the system and see if we can get them quickly developed up to the major leagues. Now we'll look around and see if there's any trades to be had for any of those young prospects. You know how difficult it is with this stupid trading system, but do the best that we can. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this new Padres Draft Only franchise. If you are, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. I will respond to every comment. Share it out and check your notifications. Make sure you have those turned on so you know when the next episode goes live. And I'll see you soon. We will blaze through the off season and spring training. I don't think we're going to have anybody in spring training, so we're just going to blaze right through there, get into the next season, start year 3, and see where we go from there. So you guys take care, have a good one, and go Padres.